It's a new day in the workroom, and the mood in the room is great. Tigrera is finally gone. And we're all ready to move on with our lives. It just feels really good that she's gone.
Emma wipes away the mirror message. Julika says it's crazy how things unfolded in Untucked. Sonia says she's not sure what they would have done about Runo if Mai hadn't been there. Julika nods, and says Mai was a lifesaver. Emma says to Julika she was in more ways in one. Julika says she'd have made it work with Mira. Emma says she also made it work with Mira. Julika asks if that's why Emma was in the bottom last week. Emma says she was in the bottom because Julika wanted to stab her in the back. Julika rolls her eyes and asks Emma when have they ever talked in this competition. Emma asks her what she is talking about. Julika says that every day, Emma walks over to her station and stays there alone. She only really talks to Kitty and Sonia, and the only reason she even started talking to Sonia is because they've been on 2 teams together. So sure, it was shady for her to say her name on the runway, but they're not going to rewrite history and pretend they were ever really close. Emma sighs, and Kitty rolls her eyes at Julika.
I don't hate Emma. However, we've spent all this time in the workroom, and this is the first time we're even having a conversation. It's not like we are the best of friends in this race.
Sonia asks if they're done fighting. Julika says she doesn't have anything left to say, and Emma just stays quiet. Sonia asks Kitty how it feels to have a win. Kitty says she's so happy. Hunk says he'd like to congratulate her on winning the challenge since they never got the chance. The queens cheer and congratulate Kitty. Kitty says she'd like to thank her fans. Blanley and Bill Anderson, and the queens laugh.
I am done with all the fighting honestly. I still got a headache from Runo's little screaming match atop the table. So, I'd like a nice calm day for once. Tigrera is gone, is it too much to ask for a drama-free day?
Hunk says they're close to the end. Kitty says she's going to miss everyone, but she wants the crown so they all need to get out, the queens laugh. Sonia says she's not leaving without the crown. Hunk says neither is he. Emma reminds them who has 3 wins, and tells them to get to 2 wins before they challenge her. Julika rolls her eyes. Sonia says Emma may have 3 wins, but she has been in the top more weeks than Emma has. Emma rolls her eyes.
These girls may think I'm inconsistent, yet I've won more challenges than any of them. I still don't see any of them having 2 wins.
We're so close. Sure, I have one of the first wins of the season, but now everyone has 1 win. I think it's clear now that whoever gets these last few wins are the queens who have a shot at the crown.
Sonia asks the queens what challenge they'd like to see today. Hunk says he wants a ball. Kitty says that she'd also like a ball. Emma says she'd like a ball as well, and she can add it as win number 4. Sonia says there hasn't been a Toon Madness queen yet who has gotten 4 wins, has there? Hunk says that the highest so far is 3. Julika says she wants a comedy challenge. The queens gag.
I want to redeem myself from all the acting and comedy challenges we've had this season. I have to do good in an acting or comedy challenge if I want any chance of making that finale.
Queens, what's up with your mugs? They're looking so fierce. I'm jealous, make yourselves ugly so I can be the pretty one.
I'll let Blanley be the pretty one when I am no longer royalty. And that's never going to happen.
Julika won the mini challenge.
Wow, I've never won a mini challenge before. Perhaps this is a good omen.
Hello. My sickening top 5, how are you feeling? I hope you're feeling good, because you can't afford a misstep today. I've been thinking about how there was no busted mugs among the lot of you in last week's makeover challenge. You 5 really know your way around with a makeup brush. So I was thinking, you should capitalize off that. That's why for today's maxi challenge, we're going to be selling makeup. Each of you must come up with your own makeup palettes, and design its cover. Then you will film commercials selling your makeup to the judges. Good luck, queens, and don't fuck it up.
Oh. This challenge always looked so fun on past seasons. I know I'm going to do well this week.
Hunk and Julika are talking at Hunk's station. Emma comes over and asks if she's interrupting them. Julika glances at her, then says no and she's going back to her station. Emma tells Julika she doesn't have to go, but Julika says she's gotta get to work on her makeup. Honk asks Emma what she wants to talk about. Emma asks if it's possible she can work at Hunk's station today. Honk is surprised but tells her she's welcome at his station. Emma thanks him.
Listen, it's not easy to admit this. But I'm a big girl. I'm still annoyed at Julika, but she had a point. I can't act like I was betrayed when I never made an effort to be friends to begin with. So, I'm going to try to get close to Hunk today.
Julika and Sonia are working on their concepts. Julika asks Sonia what her concept is. Sonia says she's going to do something that plays off of Blaze the Cat's Prince's Bar. Julika says that's camp. Sonia says she's nervous since Blaze's Princess Bar didn't go over well, but Julika tells Sonia that had less to do with the princess theme, and more to do with Blaze's overall ad. Sonia says she's hoping she'll get good critiques. Sonia then asks Julika what her idea is. Julika says she's struggling to come up with a concept. Kitty comes over and sarcastically says that's shocking. Julika and Kitty stare at each other. Kitty asks Julika why she said Emma's name. Julika says she felt she had something to say about Emma's performance. Kitty asks Julika why she couldn't save it for Untucked. Julika says she was asked the question, and while it may have been shady, it was honest. And it is a competition, she wasn't just going to spare Emma's feelings, especially since they know that when Emma has an opinion, she wouldn't worry about Julika's feelings. Kitty says Emma's defended queens in the past from Tigrera and Weiss. But Julika says Emma's also blunt, and she'll say it how she sees it, no matter who it is. Julika says she does respect that about Emma. Kitty asks Julika if she respects Emma, why would she bad-mouth her to Blaney? Julika says two things can be real, and then she says that she's going to go look at her runway look and see if that gives her any ideas. Kitty asks Sonia what she sees in her. Sonia reverses the question, asking what Kitty sees in Julika. Kitty says a shady bitch who will stab her friend in the back. Sonia asks Kitty if Emma has said anything to her about how she feels. Kitty says no, and Sonia says Emma can fight her own battles. Sonia gets back to work. Kitty just stares at her for a moment, then flips her hair and walks off.
Friends should know going for your friend's sister is off limits. Gah. Fuck that bitch.
Emma is working on her concept with Hunk, and Kitty comes over. Kitty asks why Emma's working at Hunk's station today. Emma said she just felt like it, and Hunk didn't say no. Hunk says Emma has been telling him a lot of stories about the two of them growing up. Kitty panics and asks Emma if she shared anything embarrassing. Emma and Hunk laugh, and Hunk tells her she has nothing to worry about. Emma asks if she'd like to join them. Kitty says yes. Kitty asks how their concepts are going. Hunk says he'd like to do something about recycling, but it having a twist. He then says he's still fleshing the concept out. Kitty says he could make that into something funny. Emma says she was thinking of making a makeup that reflects shade like ricocheting bullets. She adds she's thinking of repurposing Runo's insult into her ad. Kitty says she can see it. Hunk asks Kitty what she's doing. Kitty says she's got the perfect idea. It's makeup but it's also chocolate. The two are quiet for a moment. Then Hunk says it sounds like a nice start to something. Emma says the idea sounds basic. Kitty says that gives her more room to run with in her commercial. Emma says room's one thing, depth is another. Kitty says not everything has to be so serious, and she tells Emma she's too serious all the time.
Kitty. Please, I need you to take the criticism. If she goes out there selling chocolate-flavored makeup, she's going to be in the bottom.
I know what I'm doing. I love chocolate. You probably love chocolate. Who doesn't love chocolate? It's a sure hit.
Julika is working on her concept. Hunk comes over and asks her how she's doing. Julika says she had an idea to lean into the image people have of her. Hunk asks what she means. Julika says people see her as filler and invisible, so she's going to make a makeup that makes people invisible. She's going to call it Invisibrush. Hunk says that's fun. Sonia asks Julika how she's going to make that funny. Julika says she's trying to work that out now, but she's not a comedy queen. Hunk wishes her luck then returns to his station.
All the drama between Julika and the sisters aside, I got to say, it's refreshing to see a confident Julika. I know she's had her lows in this competition, but it really does feel like she's truly found courage within herself. I think she has subtly evolved over this competition.
It's weird, but I'm actually not feeling all that nervous in this challenge. Comedy hasn't been my strength. But I feel like there's nothing left that can really shake me. I've been in the bottom twice. I've lip-synced twice. The worst thing that can happen now is getting sent home. And yet, I already feel like I've won in my own way. I don't know how else to describe it.
The sisters are doing their makeup. Sonia comes over, and Emma asks how she feels about the challenge. Sonia says she's hungry for a win. Emma says she feels the same way. Sonia and Kitty exchange a look, then get back to doing their makeup. Emma asks if they had a fight. Kitty says everything is just fine. Julika comes over. Emma notices and flags her down to talk to her. Emma says she wants to talk about their who should go home tonight answers. Julika says she said what she said not because she smelled blood in the water, but because she was genuinely certain Emma could take the heat. She apologizes for if she made Emma feel like she was getting thrown under the bus, because that wasn't her intention. Emma says she can't say it didn't frustrate her, but when she calmed down. Julika didn't say anything the judges didn't already tell her, and it wasn't anything worth being angry over. Emma adds she did mean it though when she said there's the door. Kitty giggles, and Julika tells Emma she should take her own advice this week and just leave. Emma laughs and the two hug. Sonia giggles. Kitty asks her what's so funny. Sonia says that Emma handled getting shaded by Julika better than Kitty. The queens laugh, and Kitty says there's a first for everything. Honk comes over and asks what's so funny. The queens do their makeup and bond.
So, after a whole season of dramatic divas and fights almost every episode, it feels like we're finally back to that calm everyone had in my premiere, where everyone's really friendly, and I think that's just great.
Hello, I'm Blanley Stacey Andrews O'Halloran, and welcome to the main stage of Cartoon Drag Race Toon Madness. Please welcome our resident judge, from Inside Out, it's Bill Anderson. Bill, what's your tea on the Versus the World finale?
Sissy was robbed.
Truly, I can't believe Lola won.
But life's not fair, and she can get over it.
Oh, well, anyways, and our extra special guest judge, the Miss Congeniality of Season 3. It's Shadow the Hedgehog. Shadow, how do you feel about the upped security on set because you're here?
You still don't have enough to handle me.
The budget only goes so high. This week, our queens were tasked with creating and advertising their own makeup palettes. And on the runway, category is Shoe-tastic. Racers, start your engines, and may the best drag artist win. Category is Shoe-tastic. Kitty and Julika Kufane slayed the runway.
For my shoe-tastic runway, I come out in these large campy boots. These boots go out wide, and they cover my whole legs. They're decorated in fabrics, jewels, and other embellishments. And I'm wearing this lovely hat that completes the silhouette.
So, on the runway, I come out in a head-to-toe look I got designed by Marinette Dupanching herself. The look was made from an entire bundle of brown boots. I've got a boot hat, a boot skirt. I'm even wearing boots on my hands like gloves. I know I'm eating.
Honk and Emma had a great runway.
So, I walk out on the runway in this large boot costume. I can barely move in it, but this boot is fabulous. It's made of iridescent fabric, and I think I've glued at least 100,000 rhinestones to it.
So for my shoe-tastic runway I come out wearing a long pair of pants and a bra. If you look closely, the entire look has been sewn together out of old shoes I had lying around my house. And my top is being held together with shoelaces. It's a look that's very out of my comfort zone, but I know it's a serve, and that's what matters.
Sonia had a good runway.
So, I come out in this front slit white dress. And through the slit you can see these long black leather boots. And I'm just marching down this stage, and I'm showing off my power in a different way from usual.
Thank you, queens. We will now watch your makeup ads. Starting first with Sonia Nevermind. Here is your makeup palette. And let's watch your ad.
Do you want to be fabulous? Do you want to be rich? Do you want a hot boyfriend? Then listen here, peasants. I am here to declare the only true way to the royal fantasy. Introducing the Princess Palette. This special makeup palette will make you look like a real princess. Using our patented technology, the Princess Palette infuses the atoms of Blaze the Cat's, the Princess Bar, into your skin, making everyone see you as true royalty. Die Simp. The Princess Palette is so effective, Bowser has kidnapped me 5 times just this week because he thought I was Princess Peach. Honestly, he needs an eye exam. The Prince's Palette is so good, an advisor used it to convince me to attack a rival nation. World War III may be starting, but at least I'll look sickening during it. The Princess Palette, buy it. The princess in you commands it.
Up next, Emma. Here is your makeup palette. And now let's watch your ad.
Hello. Welcome back to Uptight Bitch, the talk show where I am an uptight bitch. Today I want to share some secrets for the biggest bitches out there. What happens when you find someone who managed to be bitchier than you? That's why I'm introducing the newest and bitchiest product on the market, Shade Away. Shade Away is this comprehensive shade reflecting makeup palette, made from Lola the fish's scales and shards of glass. Just paint it on, and once the burning stops, you're ready to go. Just wait for someone to read you, and watch the magic happen.
You're so ugly.
I'll make you eat those words.
What was the budget for this look? $5.
Your hospital bill will be much more bitch.
Ow. I'm bleeding.
You're perfect. You're beautiful. You look like Linda Evangelista. Did you stone those tights? You're a model.
And you're over. Shade Away. Because the only shady bitch in this place is you.
Up next, Kitty. Here is your makeup palette. And now let's watch your ad.
I just want some chocolate. Does anyone have any chocolate?
Hey. Why don't you try Choco Paint? It's the only makeup palette that's actually chocolate.
Oh my god. That's amazing. Wait, is that why we're meeting out in Antarctica?
I can't have my makeup melting now, can I? Choco Paint comes in various flavors: regular chocolate, dark chocolate, white chocolate, and a hint of strawberry. And... wait. What happened to all my Choco Paint?
Oh, sorry. I kinda just ate it all.
Get your own, you bitch. Choco Paint. Makeup or chocolate? Why can't it be both?
Tigrera may have had a point when she said Kitty was relying on her personality.
Next up, Hunk. Here is your makeup palette. And now let's watch your ad.
Being as amazing as I am, I get asked a lot of questions. Like, what kinds of makeup do I use? What's the secret to quality paint? And what is that goddamn smell? Good thing I have the answers to all those questions. It's my personal makeup palette, Gaia. Gaia is a makeup set that uses only the best recycled ingredients found. And I do mean found. Such quality items as these flowers growing outside my house, some oil I found in my garage, and a dead fish someone left on my neighbor's doorstep. Don't worry about the smell. That's what perfume is for. And the best part, we're cheap as fuck. I'm say we'll take food stamps, EBT cards, and even free sandwich cards. You can't beat these prices. Gaia is the highest quality cheap makeup brand. And it's a great way to dispose of the corpses of my enemies. Just don't tell the FTC. Gaia. Don't eat the peanut butter palette. It's not made of peanut butter.
And finally, Julika Kufane. Here is your makeup palette. And let's watch your ad.
Hey you. Yes you. Over here. That's better. Sorry, I'm a master of disappearing. Wouldn't you like to be? Well, now you can with Invisibrush. The only makeup palette that can make you invisible. Need to hide from a horror movie monster named Maycanker? Use Invisibrush and eat popcorn as you watch her trip over herself searching for you. Need to hide from a bad guy so you can put your superhero costume on? Use Invisibrush and show that criminal who's boss. Want to check if anyone is robbing the bank? Then just paint Invisibrush on the wall, and it looks like no one is robbing the bank. Wait. Look at all that money. Ouch. I forgot, the wall is still there. And you can get Invisibrush for the low price of 100 easy payments of $1. Buy Invisibrush today, and watch your problems disappear.
Thank you, queens. We will now begin the judges' critiques. Starting with Sonia Nevermind.
Now I am already the most fabulous thing in existence, and I couldn't care less about having a boyfriend. But I was hooked when you asked if I'd like to be rich. I'm still not sure how this makeup would make me rich, but I was interested.
Now as for the bad, I think you got a little too trigger happy on the references. A lot of what you did was funny, but I'm not sure I understood everything that was going on. I think you could have maybe focused a little more on what the makeup specifically does. Especially since you're referencing Blaze the Cat's The Princess Bar, which was already criticized for being such a nebulous concept. You could have really put your mark down on what this makeup is about. Also, I must point out, palette is spelled P-A-L-E-T-T-E.
Yeah, I think I have an advisor at home for that.
Yeah, I need to get me one of those. I did have a lot of fun with yours, Sonia, or should I say Die Simp. Now as for this runway, I think it does fit the brief, but I want more emphasis on the boots. This is a shoe-tastic runway, and I feel coming out in just a nice pair of boots isn't enough either for this stage of the race. But overall, I think this was a good night for you. Next up, Emma.
First, may I congratulate you on not coming out in a business suit. You're still wearing pants, but it's progress and I'll take it.
This look is rather creative. My only critique is you're wearing a look made out of regular shoes, everyday shoes. I think this should have been an excuse to wear tennis shoes, or at least cover your heels in a fabric similar to the material. But it's still amazing. Now as for your ad, I thought it was very clear about what it was selling.
I think you managed to say bitch 20 times that ad. And I love that. I myself am a very shady bitch behind the cameras. Just ask Bill why I'm not invited over to dinner at his house. Joking, we have fun here. I thought your ad was tight and professional. It felt very you in that regard. However, Emma, I also think you sometimes come off as so polished it doesn't feel like you're having fun. I'd like to see you loosen up more while in drag. Drag is supposed to be fun after all. But this is a great night for you. Up next, Kitty.
Kitty, I'm going to start on the positive. These are lovely boots. There's just so many details in them I can't take my eyes off of them when I look at you. These are so good you could have let the rest of the outfit suffer, but you didn't. The rest of the outfit fits so well, while also not taking away from the work of art you are wearing. You should feel good about how you look tonight.
Now on to the bad. I don't think your ad was that funny. I think you thought it was funnier than it was. There were some jokes, like when you fought your customer over the makeup. But that was really the only time I laughed. I think your problem was your concept.
I agree with Bill. I think your concept was really underdeveloped. And your concept's development is important. It informs which directions you should go in your ad. And when it's underdeveloped, it ends up not reaching the heights it could. I feel Choco Paint should have stayed a first draft, and you should have moved on to something else. Overall, I feel like I'm still waiting to get to see what makes your drag unique from the other queens.
Ouch. Not blamely saying I'm not that unique.
Next up, Hunk.
I'm pretty sure that's not what recycling is supposed to be about. And I love that. Hunk, this was straight up fun. Like the great Blake Belladonna. I feel like if I use your product I'm going to die. And that's what makes it so good.
Hunk, please don't give me makeup tips. I'm good honestly. You killed it tonight. You had the jokes, and I feel like you had so many gags both in lines but also what was happening on screen. And it scares me to think of what the peanut butter palette is made from. All you needed was a gun to liven things up. Oh wait, you had a fucking gun. Hunk, you are speaking my language tonight.
Also, what's with everyone coming out with boots? It's not a complaint, everyone brought something different. But was there something going on when you all got the brief? But in all seriousness, this is camp, and I love it. I hope you're not struggling to breathe, because this is eating. Hunk, you are something else. Every week you come out here and I'm excited to see what you're going to do. And it's not easy to do that week after week. Great work tonight. And finally, Julika Kufane.
I thought your ad was cute. I don't think it was as strong as some of the others on this stage, but it was entertaining. I like that you did what I would have done and tried to steal all the money. That said, I don't think I fully vibed with the story.
In one moment, we were in a horror movie setting trying to be invisible, then suddenly it's a superhero action movie? I feel like the situations to justify the concept were all over the place. And some worked better than others.
As for this look, I love it. It's couture, and it really stands out on this stage. You've truly been one of the runway queens of the season, and tonight I believe with this look you have cemented that status. Julika, there's something I love about what you do with your drag. It's fun, and I can feel your energy coming through, but this is a tough night with everyone bringing their all. Alright, I've made some decisions. Emma. Tonight, you proved to be a true uptight bitch. Sonia, never mind. I'm in love with the true royal fantasy. Hunk. I tried your makeup and now I have a rash I need to get checked out by the doctor. Congratulations, you are the winner of this week's challenge. Emma and Sonia, never mind. Good job, this week you are safe.
I just won my second challenge on Toon Madness. I believe I have a good shot to bring another crown back to the Voltron dynasty. Everything's looking good for me right now in this moment. Thank you, Blaney.
That means Kitty, Julika Kufane. I'm sorry my dears, but you are up for elimination.
So, for the first time this season, I have fallen into the bottom two. But listen, Julika's on strike 3. I just need to know these words, and I know these words. This is in the bag.
Am I sad to be in the bottom 2 once again? Yes. But I'm not going down here. I refuse.
2 queens stand before me. Ladies, this is the last chance to impress me, and save yourselves from elimination. Good luck, and don't fuck it up. The lip-sync song is Blown Away by Carrie Underwood. Kitty and Julika had a good lip-sync. I've made my decision. Kitty, Shantae, you stay. Julika Kufane, for a spooky queen, you've been a light in the dark throughout this competition. And I look forward to seeing you in a hot topic somewhere in the real world. Now, sashay away.
I just want to thank you for bringing me out here. This is an experience unlike any other, and I can't thank you enough for how you've helped me grow.
Thank you, Julika.
Now you see me.
And then there were 4 queens. We're in the final stretches of the race. So take this time to rest, because next week you need to be on your best to make the finale. Now you may go untucked. Back in Untucked, the queens celebrate being the top 4. The queens congratulate Hunk on winning the challenge. Hunk thanks them and says he's glad to have gotten the second win. Emma jokes that she's salty she didn't get her 4th win, which gets a laugh out of the other queens. The queens congratulate Kitty on winning the lip sync, and Sonia asks if they'll miss Julika. Kitty immediately says no. The queens gag, and Kitty asks why they're gagging. She was the other option to be eliminated, and the queens laugh. Hunk says they're so close to the end, so he knows they won't miss her for long. Emma asks what they're hoping the final challenge is. Hunk says he wants a ball. Kitty says she'd love a ball. Sonia admits she'd like a ball for the redemption. Emma laughs and says she'd also like a ball. The queens laugh and drink their cocktails.